level. And greetings, Mr. Coolness. Sorry, I was just getting all my ducks in a row. Yeah. It's Sunday. Why am I always surprised by Sundays? I mean, they come after Saturdays. Just feel like the weekend just disappears. It's slightly annoying. But yeah, it is that day again. We are doing our stream, which means that I have to be ready for next week to figure out what I'm streaming next week. Which is always interesting. But we are back with the Arcade Spirits today, which I bought, so is always a strange thing when I don't do the ethics statement. My mic is wonky today. And dusty, which is always fun. There we go. Thank you for retweeting Matt's stream tweet. I appreciate it. Yes, well, yeah, we're about to go into level 6. I believe there are 8 levels. And we'll be getting into the meaty bits of the stories. So yeah, level 6 is called Hit the Lever. I feel like we have a command for that. From Emperor's New Groove, do like that. Pull the lever, Grunk! Pull the lever! And I just really like this screen here. So yes, I've been updating my YouTube. I uploaded the Ideal Xbox Playing with Pals streams that I have done. I got permission, don't worry. And they look very pretty. Yeah. Just sort of getting my head adjusted to where we're at. Yeah. So all good. All good. Yeah, so we will continue with the story today, and then yeah, I just need to figure out what's happening next week with streams, and yeah, I don't know. It's a weird time at the moment. Weird time in the world, in my world particularly. So, might need to turn the. There we go. Hit the lever. Right. That should be good. It's the future year 20XX. And my dream has come true. Okay, let's be honest. If you asked me 2 months ago if my dream involved being the event coordinator at a video arcade, I'd have just said, "You're kind of funny." Even now, it sounds ridiculous. But it's true. I'm here, I'm successful, I'm happy. And if this were me, I'd be waiting for the other shoe to drop, because that's just how I roll. Just spend my entire life waiting for the other shoe to drop. It would be really nice if I could also get a good job. That is the hope. And I would like to be successful and happy. I do not want other shoes to drop. And this is my dream. Ever since Funplex Rising, business has been booming. The Funplex is packed with players day in, day out. Kids, teens, the college crowd, the nostalgic ones looking for old games they remember. Sorry, I'm just now looking at all the little soft toys and stuff. They're very colourful. I've run 3 events so far. We've started rotating our games out of storage and into play to keep things fresh. The high score boards are constantly shifting. In fact, things are going so well, Gavin's hinted that maybe we should start looking into a second location. But this will always be home. And this is me, Arikada. Seeing the smiles on co-workers and gamers alike, watching my friends laugh and play in good spirits, that's working for me and it's bringing me joy in turn. I won't argue why. In fact, I barely understand why. But I'm happy, and that's better than I've been in years of going with the flow. Going with the flow never brought me this much enjoyment. I'd say by this point I've soundly broken the family curse. Maybe everything doesn't have to fall apart from under me. Maybe I can just be happy. Except that at the end of the beach episode it hinted that things might not be all, you know, roses and... I don't actually know what that phrase is. Something in roses. Roses and something. Anyway, it might not be all good. Something might happen. So... Again, as I said, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Maybe this is where I'm meant to be. I mean, I'm not disputing that. But sometimes things fall apart and that sucks. Sign here, please. Bicycle messenger nudges a slim envelope my way, again trying to catch my attention. I'm snapped out of my happy little trance immediately. Oh, right, no problem. After jotting down my signature, he drops off the envelope and heads on right out the door. No time for Moopy or around a pinball, it seems. Deliveries to make. Curious, I open it up. Ari Kada, you are cordially invited to dine and discuss business matters at Deko's Palace with CEO Deko Nami. The enemy. Meeting time will be 7 in the evening sharp. You may bring a guest of your choosing. Free Royal Value swipe card available for enjoyment of games prior to meeting. What? I read through it a few more times, trying to parse all the curly cues and swirls and swooshes, although that doesn't clear my confusion of the whole matter. Did I even brush my hair this morning? No one cares. Soon Francine looks up from her knitting, curious about the letter as well, although she seems to already have an idea of what it says. I suppose it's about that time, isn't it?
Oh, dear.
Time for that fellow to make another attempt at wooing me. Double, huh? Rather at wooing my beloved Funplex. Let me guess. Deko Nami of Deko's Palace sent you a fancy invitation with all sorts of fancy writing. That's accurate, yes. It's not the first time. He invited my dear Frederick and I over in 1980X to talk about selling the Funplex, and we turned him down flat. Then in 1990X, when home game consoles were poised to take back the arcade crowd, he suggested we sell. We turned him down. Now it's 20XX and he's at it again. A gentleman would know when to quit, but he's got tenacity and can't fault him for that. Why would a big-time arcade operator like Deko Nami care that much about us? We're small-time. No offense. Come now, if anyone should be offended, it's you. Calling yourself small-time, Ari dear, you've put in so much work to make my little arcade soar. I bet that's why he's knocking on our door again. We're thriving. That's lured him back in. Like great. It's very hard to do a French accent and an old lady accent in the same thing. Like great. Oh, I actually just can't pronounce this word today. Like cheese. Like fancy cheese. In the mousetrap. Gruyere. Gruyere cheese in the mousetrap. Wait, so are we the cheese or the trap?
My, oh my.
That depends on how clever you are, my dear. Right, so I'm the cheese, although I prefer to be a Knight's mozzarella. Cheese types aside, do you want me to ignore the invite then? Oh, heavens no. Contrary to what people say about the fellow, he's very much a man of his word. I always accept his invitation, always hear him out. It's only fair and proper. Gruyere. God, that's a word that makes my throat want to go bleh. I mean, nothing against the cheese, but I for some reason can't wrap my lips around that word. Gruyere. Probably need to listen to it. I thought he was like the arcade scene's greatest evildoer.
Let's be sensible.
That's a bit grandiose, no? Certainly plenty of rumours of his questionable methods abound, but that's all they are. Rumours. Politeness should be met with politeness. That's how you conduct business proper, and that's what the Funplex is all about. Francine moves to rise from her seat near the ticket desk, but pauses, leaning heavily on the glass countertop while looking strained. I move to help, but she waves me away and sits back there. Oh, don't worry about little old me. I just stood up too quickly. That's all, just out of breath. But Ari, I think it'd be best if you go in my stead. Me? Let's be serious now. These old bones aren't as spry as they once were. But I think you'd have a good time there. Well, an interesting time at any rate. I feel like fun is possibly the way to go. I don't know. Diffuse the situation. I'm definitely not going to go. Gavin should go because he outranks me. Because, you know, I made the success. I could bring Gavin. I'm going to go with a joke. Then I shall don my Sunday's best to meet the moustache-twirling ruffian of arcade legend with pride. I could fluff or something attached to my jumper when I was like twirling my imaginary moustache. I was like, oh, I'm distracted by fluff. I feel very fluffy. That's probably already the description. I feel really fluffy today. Oh, sorry, my glasses are filthy again. I don't know what I managed to do to them, but yeah. Still smeary, but a little better. Still smeary? Smeary. Still smeary. I know what I mean. Anyway. It's not that upscale, dear. No matter what glitz Deconami favours, they still sell cheap beer by the pitcher and rarely scrape gum from under the tables. So go there and turn him down. Got it. The slowness of her response is a bit concerning. I trust you to make the right decision for everyone, which is to not sell the Funplex, right?
Well, I don't feel that's my call to make anymore, dear.
Oh.
Maybe you haven't noticed, but I spend most of my time at home these days. Or napping. Or napping at home. Funplex isn't really about me. Not anymore. It's so much more than Francine's Arcade Funplex now. It's about you. It's about your co-workers. It's about all our regulars. You've made me realize that. And I'm thankful.
I mean, all of these are legitimate responses. And my main traits. I mean, that's my gut reaction. Which is what I often go with. But I'm just going to go with empathy. You're the one that started this place, Francine. Because that's my main, as you can see. I forgot to look them up again, didn't I? Yeah, I forgot to look up the symbols, despite reminding myself yesterday. But then I was engrossed in Spellspire and then realised that it was nearly 3 o'clock and I should probably get ready for the stream. Oh well. Maybe I'll look it up before the next chapter. But yeah. So, who do we take with? Depends on who we get the choice to, I guess. You're the one that started this place, Francine. You had a dream of a place where people can have fun, relax, make friends. I feel like even entertaining the idea of selling it as well, it feels wrong. Disrespectful to you and your dream. Oh, you're a peach, dear. I feel like we make a save when he starts talking about that sort of thing, and maybe that'll get us the good end, bad end ending. And then we can immediately reload and pick the other one. Because of course we don't want to sell, we want to finish the game. But maybe it'll at least give us an ending achievement. That would be quite cool. Unlock something. Oh, you're a peach, dear. Times are always changing. I'm an old fuddy-duddy stuck in her ways. Maybe the time has come to change how the Funplex does things. We're almost back to the heyday of 1980X thanks to the changes you've made, so I won't say you can't decide to sell if it's a change you think we need. Do it. Please keep an open mind. Francine sighs deeply, looking more tired than usual. I mean, if you want to retire, we can run the place. But I don't think selling... Except that how do you retire without selling? Unless somehow you can give it back to the employees, but, you know... Can they afford it? Maybe Percy could buy it from us and then, you know, we can still run it. And then he can gift it to us in his will. When he dies of the weird heart thing that he's got. It's only afternoon. I'm already worn out. Haven't even done anything but sit here and knit all day. Knitting takes a lot of concentration. That's not nothing. If you're feeling pooped, you could take a few days off. Go home, get some rest. The same. I'd rather come in for work tomorrow, even if there's little work for me to do. I love being here. This is my true home. Yay! Thank you for tweeting out the stream. Developers, I like your game. Thank you for making it. And yet, do you want me to keep an open mind about this deal?
Like I've told you, life can be a difficult series of trade-offs. What I want and what it should be are often different things. I'm relying on you to do right by everyone I love. If selling is in their best interest to keep this dream going, so be it. No matter what you decide, I'm proud of you. I knew there was something special about you when I hired you to replace my grandson. You are the brightest spirit at the Funplex. And while we may not be blood, I'm happy to consider you part of my family.
Oh, I get to warm fuzzies. Hey, for once, I don't agree with the basic thing. Because, you know, family is what you make. It's not always those which are related by blood. You get to choose it as well. I'm not going to borrow the car. I'm just going to go with the top one because it is sort of a wee bit funny, but also heartfelt and very cheesy. You know me, I'm very cheesy. I never knew my grandmothers, either of them. They died when I was really young. I feel like you filled that role. You've become the grandmother I never had, Miss Francine. Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome home, Ari. You'll always be welcome here. With another deep sigh, Francine eases herself out of her chair. Now, I think I'll take your suggestion and head on home. Well, for today, anyway. I'll be here bright and early in the morning to hear how things went with Mr. Nami. I know you'll make the right decision. Good night, Ari. Be well. Did my Discord? Oh. Stupid thing. Did not. the bot did not post today. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why my Dino bot doesn't always post. It used to be vaguely consistent. And it started being like inconsistent lately. I don't know why. Make the right decision. Save. I mean, I'll try and leave my options open and hear them out, but I'm still not keen to sell out my dream. However, maybe change is inevitable, so I'm going to hedge my bets and go for the middle bit. This is weird, seriously weird. All this work, all this effort, finally finding my dreams, as strange as it sounds, and I need to consider dumping it all? But well, maybe it's not selling out. I haven't actually heard Dekonami's proposal yet, and if we could somehow partner with him on our own terms... Ooh, I feel like, no, that's not going to work, but... yeah. Might be what we need to push the Funplex over the top and placate a rival. Be the sister boutique to his department store. Still, I'm not willing to say one way or another. Not yet. We'll see. Now, who do I want to take as my +1?
Beep, beep.
You want to come as my date? I'm your girl Friday, but I'm afraid you're not my type. My type being USB compatible, of course. I sense you were in a state of deep ponderance and wanted to help. You're thinking of who to take to the meeting. Yeah, I guess. I mean, yes, Gavin does business in a business-like way. Percy understands business gaming. Teo understands arcade social communities, but we're not going for a guy run this time. We're making friends with all the girlies. And I feel like if we want all the girlies, then we should probably take Ashley. Naomi's not massively social. I think... Oh, no worries. Have a lovely day yourself, Mr. Cornus. Thank you for stopping by. Ashley is not comfortable, and it would probably make her really uncomfortable. And also, we've got quite a big friendship with her right now. Same with Queen Bee, but the opposite problem. She is very... I'm trying to think of a word which sums up what I mean without having any bad connotations, because there's nothing bad about how she speaks or how she acts. She's very sure of herself, very confident. I think, like me, she lacks tact sometimes. Or maybe it's just the swear words. So I feel like Ashley could work, and then that would boost our friendship, because we totally didn't do the bit at the arcade that would have given us more Ashley stuff. And we chickened out of picking a Sandcastle winner. So let's go with Ashley. I think she's extroverted enough that she's going to be comfortable. And also very good with people. And also has enough of a devious streak. I think she'll be an asset. But yeah, everyone is lovely. I mean, if I was going for a boy run, I'd probably take Percy. I feel like he wouldn't be intimidated by the whole thing. I feel like Ashley's also probably wouldn't be intimidated by it either. They each have their strengths, that's the thing. It's just I'm going for I want to be friends with all the girls, and I need to do better with Ashley, so let's try doing it this way. Plus, we just made a save anyway, so if we wanted to go back and replay, we could. That's why we have lots of saves. We like having options. So yeah. I move Ashley over from where she's loitering by the ticket games. And she's dressed as a flamingo. Hang on, I just gotta pull my jumper down at the back. It's stuck. There we go. Oh. Yeah. I was like, I got comfy and it just, you know how you like rock up all your clothing when you're trying to snuggle and down and stuff. Yeah, so everything was rocked up. We're all rocked up now. We're all unrocked now. We're good. I'm so happy with how busy the Funplex is lately. This place has been bumping. Yeah, it is pretty great to see so many smiles around, isn't it? But that's not why I wanted to chat with you. What I really need is for you to change out the Pinky costume and into something a little more formal.
Oh my!
Like, right here, right now? Right here, right now, right here. Sorry. Are we going to stroll out on the red carpet to accept a Best Arcade in the World award for the Funplex? Also, how did you get the time off for this? Who's going to cover the floor as we wave to our adoring fans and sign autographs? Francine wants us to meet with Deco Nami to discuss what's hopefully a joint venture, but more likely than not, a buyout.
Aww.
That's significantly less fun than my idea, but sure, why not? Also, totally sounds like a major buyout plot. I've heard Francine talk about Deco's past offers, and watched enough Korean business dramas to easily sniff out this one. Like, I hate Deco's Palace. They are a competition, yes, but I feel like we offer a completely different aesthetic to still have both function in the city together. While we cater to a more tight-knit group of arcaders, Deco promises fun for the whole family. There are so many ticket games over there, and I really do like ticket games, especially all the prizes you can win. Both children and adults alike tend to love the thrill of a game of chance, and it's a really easy way to spend a lot of money for some shit stuff. That was a bit cynical, I think, but it is true. Not that you get anything out of putting money in arcade machines particularly either, but yeah. If you're good at it, at least you get, bang for your buck. Naomi would probably call them kiddie casinos. She probably would. Did I miss a line? Did I say? Oh no, I definitely said that. To be fair, we have several ticket games, although our prices are less predatory than Deco's. Yes, I think that's what. It feels a lot like gambling and playing to people's playing to people's tendencies to, not realize how much they're spending to try and get the shiny thing. Kind of the thing with loot boxes and stuff in games. And I have ethical objections to that sort of predatory practice. Yes. And as someone who doesn't automatically seethe when they hear the name of Deco's Palace, I'm sure I can keep an open mind about the deal. Cool, good choice then. Don't make a big deal out of this, don't make a big deal out of this, don't make a big deal out of this. We go there, study out how the place works, then make an informed decision. One way or another, the Funplex will be just fine. It's going to be fine. Everything is fine. Ashley offers to drive us across town to Deco's Palace. Contrary to the talk before, we don't exchange many words. I'm deep in thought, running through all the possibilities of what could happen, and I can't shake this feeling. Sorry, another song lyric. Something is off. Even looking at the glowing neon temple in the distance, my stomach knots, and I feel uneasy. When we finally pull up, a valet takes the car and a glitzy blinking lights blind our eyes. Hesitantly, I look over towards Ashley. That smile reassures me enough to continue onwards. This is for me, my friends in the Funplex. I got this. I pause momentarily, inhaling the cool air around me, and then open the door. Echo's Palace. I've actually been here before. I think my 6th birthday party was here. I barely remembered it, but I think I had fun. Maybe. Pensimania? Does it Pensimania? Win big. Is that that's penguin thing? I'm not sure. Anyway. But on entering as an adult, my first reaction is okay. And my first reaction is, boy, is that a weird smell. A mix of chicken grease, beer, and sweaty kids. I would be a turn right back out. That sounds... The chicken grease, maybe, as long as it's not too potent, but beer and sweaty kids, no. That's not a good combination. My second reaction is, jeez, it's noisy. Again, second reason to turn around and go back out. Visually noisy and sound type noisy. All the chaos of a Vegas casino. Then I want chicken. A jumble of lights and bells and whiz-bangs. Once we acclimate to the new environment, we're escorted in and given VIP royal value swipe cards. No tokens, no quarters, just a card of indeterminate points to spend. We've got a little over an hour to kill before the meeting. Time to see what's at the palace.
Oh, wow!
Look at all the ticket games, Ari. They've got Tornado Twister, Color Explosion, and Raptor Captor. Must play all the games. I can't look away. The flashing colourful lights, the electronic payout tunes drawing me in. Don't go towards the neon light, Ashley. Stay with me. Relax, I'm hanging on. Not by much, but I'm still here. It's really like we are in Vegas. I'm going to go with... No, I'm not going to joke. But yeah, people do spend lots of money playing these. Why people flock to these like sequels to beach leftovers? Those ticket games must generate a huge amount of money. Oh, I'm sure. Using all those classic casino tactics keeps people playing for long hours and distracts them from the actual amount they're spending. Gotta invest until you hit that jackpot.
Oh my gosh!
Look at the prizes. You can win a brand new laptop. Totally gonna win that. Just you wait and see, Ari. I'm going for gold. Meet you in the game section. Yep. And now you see the problem. Okay. Time to kill, but not that much time to kill. I need to be choosy. What do I want to check out while waiting for my dinner date with Destiny? I mean, Ashley went to see the games. If we want to, level up with Ashley, let's go see what games they have first. I decided to focus on trying to find games, like actual games, except the whole place is basically full of slot machines. It is a casino. It is a casino. It is a arcade thing. A casino disguised as an arcade thing, which is really dangerous. They're in different shapes, sizes, and colours. None have a traditional one-armed bandit look to avoid running afoul of legal issues, but they're still slot machines. Every game here has maybe a single button, stop a wheel or a cut a light or try and line up the dots or something. The more complex ones, 3 buttons.
Hey, listen.
Hold me up above your head. Visual scan, silly. I'll look for games you might be familiar with. With a shrug, I hoist my phone high in the air. The flash goes off and I resume looking at Iris sitting in my screen.
Please enjoy this recorded music.
Oh, actually, let's skip the music. That didn't take long. Good high bandwidth public Wi-Fi in here to my cloud processors. I'm seeing lots of driving and shooting games, easy for casual players to pick up and play. Over in the esports section, there's dancing, games, and a fist of discomfort. Got all these things too, but I'm not seeing any joysticks. Is a game defined by having particular input devices? Good question. Well, no, not really. I know most modern games are touchscreen based and all that, but I don't know, it doesn't feel like an arcade without a stick or two. Oh, I found something back of that section over there with the green lighting. Head that way, that way. I weave my way through the crowd, past endless colour cycle ticket games, past crane games, past light stackers, past games based on popular game shows. Oh, the amount of times I put pound coins into a You're the Weakest Link type and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire quiz stuff with friends. I mean, okay, I don't put much in because I just feel like it's a waste of time, but they are kind of addictive. And find Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze! I'm going to have to tell Percy about this when I get back. He'll be happy to know there's more than one Moopy in this neighbourhood, except... Wait, it's only got one button, no joystick at all. Researching, one moment. Ow. Curious, I swipe my card through the slot and push the button. And Moopy runs the maze by himself, or tries to anyway, before running headfirst into a monster and dying. The machine spits out a measly 3 tickets and suggests I swipe again for another try. Moopy's Super Maze, created in 20X. A company bought the expired rights to the Moopy brand and developed a game of chance with it. Well, that's weak. Teenager puts her Deku playing card on the cabinet and taps me on the shoulder, drawing my attention.
What's up?
I'm calling next, Kay. Yeah, whatever, knock yourself out. Thanks. I'm the master of this game, you know, the master. Key is to time when you push the button. You'll avoid the nasties that way. It's not great for tickets, no, not great, but it's Moopy, so that's cool, yeah? Old school represent. She extends the fist to me and I look awkwardly at her for a second before I realise I'm supposed to fist bump. I've yet to play a real Moopy's Magic Maze, the real deal, always wanted to. You should come down to the Funplex, we've got one. I'm the event coordinator there. Be happy to comp you a few tokens. We've also got a high score chaser who can offer tips. Tap phones with me, I'll send you the address.
Aw, yeah.
Seriously? Ah, fuck yeah, you're cool for an old person, super cool. Old? I'm 10 years older than this kid, but whatever. We clink phones, exchanging a business card via Bluetooth. My crew used to go to this great little arcade on the other side of town till Deco's Palace bought it and scrapped all the games. Now it's all kid stuff for kiddies. My hopes with this business meeting now sinking. So did he sell off all the classic games? No, he scrapped them. Trashed them! Saw leftover smashed up bits of a Ms. Pat behind the place in a dumpster.
Man,
That's
this
a
sucks.
fucking shame the way the old man always 86 unwanted games. Guess he doesn't want competitors getting their hands on them, no sir. She gives a shrug. It's a good thing Naomi's not here. Can't say I like it, but what can you do? That's life. Mumble a thank you, then wander off a bit dazed.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I was going to do a save and sell out and then not sell out, but after hearing that, nope, I'm not going to do that on stream. We're going to go for, no, screw you, Miss Deku, you're not taking Funplex. We'll have the nice dinner, thank you very much, and maybe win some stuff, but you can take your offer and shove it up your where the sun don't shine. And we will do it off stream reluctantly. Once we've uploaded our save file at the end to go into the next game. Because, yeah, that's not what you do with... Unless they are actually unrepairable. These things aren't made anymore. There's a limited supply. That's just rude. Whoa, that's a Ticket Moopy game. We have to tell Percy about this. He's going to lose it when he finds out. Do you think he knows? Knows about the Moopy game or the fact that Deku destroys old games?
Aww.
Yeah, it's a good thing we didn't bring Naomi. She would have been about ready to punch him. Oh yeah, I overheard that too. I might have been eavesdropping. This is a place to have fun, right? It's popularizing retro games. Keep the fun alive. It doesn't. It's clearly a power move. I will go with basic because honestly, it's, you know, neither of the other two options are particularly appealing. I honestly don't see how replacing World of Games with imposter ticket games increases the fun output, but it certainly increases the money. Feels like it's just a way to prevent other arcades from having fun purely through force. That's a bummer, a real bummer. Hey, we got a plus, Ashley. You can have fun with both types of games. The Funplex clearly does it just fine. But I'll stop butting in your alone time. See you in a bit for dinner. No, it's fine. I thought we were trying to meet up. Anyway, I've had enough of the retro game abattoir for now. Where to next? I'm going to go watch the tournament. From the sound of it, there's a big tournament running in the dedicated esports section near the back. I wander through the games to join the crowd. Okay, I'll admit to being impressed. They've got no fewer than 10 Fist of Discomfort machines, all of them occupied by players in pro team jerseys and jackets. The crowd's red hot cheering on their heroes as the back and forth resource battle of the world's most popular fighting strategy game plays out before them. Although the banner hanging above it all does make me shudder. Deco's Palace presents the Choco Energy Match Power Quench and Pizza Yums Friday Night Fisting. We'll just move on from that.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
See, even these gamers know that when pizza's on a bagel, you can. Oh God, please no! I haven't had one of those in weeks. Not since I started to be able to afford real food. You just don't appreciate the sublime majesty of combining two of the greatest bread-related snack products into one hybrid masterpiece. Hang on, I sense a disturbance in the crowd. What the was that? I call axe, you cheater! Rando Calrissian, I like that. Two competitors step away from their game, start shouting and shoving each other. I hope this doesn't escalate. No, it's a full-on fight, like an actual awkward grapple and punch fight. Yeah, kick his ass. Don't take any of that shit from him. Oh, they all look the same. Destroy that, mother... Violent altercation detected. Do you want me to call the emergency services? Deco's Palace has security guards. They should be able to handle this. The two gamers both flail wildly at each other. One swing actually makes contact, blood drobbling down the corner of her mouth. Any second now? Is it the people with black shirts that have security printed across their chest just stand there letting it happen? No one is doing anything to stop this. The crowd is eating it up, feeding off the cutthroat energy. Only after half a minute of this nonsense does the security actually step in. Much to the crowd's dismay, the two angry gamers are still cursing and kicking as they are finally pulled apart. Wow, trust crowd. So much for friendly competition. Don't think I can really learn anything from this. I run clean events at the Funplex and have a zero-tolerance policy for salty bastards. Time to move on. Actually, the meeting's right around the corner, no more time to explore. Oh, well, we don't get a drink, but I'm sure we'll have some drink with the thing. After seeing a little bit about what Deco's Palace has to offer, I'm cautiously hesitant. There are certainly some things we can work on, but maybe a partnership can smooth out those colours edges.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep. Alright, it is now 7 PM sharp. Deku Nami is waiting for you. Is that time already? Time sure flies when you're having fun investigating. Fun investigating. Quickly sent a text to Ashley before nervously wringing my sweaty hands together. I let the sounds and sights of Deku's wash over me and retreat deep within myself. Francine comes to mind as I remind myself what she told me on my first day.
Everyone has a dream they're chasing.
No doubt you'll find yours as well. It gives me a momentary respite, and I smile. I know exactly what must be done, and I'm going to go in there and do it. I only ended up waiting a minute or two before I was reunited with Ashley. Without having to introduce ourselves, the staff swoops in, anticipating our arrival, and ushers us further inside the restaurant. We are treated like royalty as they pull out our plastic chairs for us, and we sit down at our reserved table. Amongst the families huddled around ginormous plates of pizza and chicken tenders, we stick out like a sore thumb. An actual linen tablecloth drapes over our table, accompanied by fancy little candles to set the mood, I suppose. Nice bottle of champagne on ice and a carafe of cucumber lime infused water also sits before us. Deco apparently spares no expense, at least not with his special guests. Winning all those tickets gave me quite an appetite. My tummy is ready.
Ooh.
Oh, and can we order anything? And eat as much as we want? This is heaven. Have we died and gone to heaven? If your idea of the afterlife includes classic fried pub fare, then yes. Nothing on the menu is really calling to me, especially after seeing what's on other people's tables. I mean, it tends to be fairly sort of simple flavour palettes, so I'd be okay with that, as long as I didn't have to cook it myself. I'd rather that than fancy stuff that I don't know what's in it. But I probably would get, like, I don't know, I don't think there's like one restaurant that I could always eat, unless it was like steak, but I think eating steak every day would just be too much. There are a couple of restaurants that have a nice mix of different cuisines that would work that are still quite simple, so. Anyway, besides the point. I'm just kind of hungry. Well, you can leave the eating to me. I'll save my guts at least. Don't you worry, I am the best at multitasking. I can listen and munch on onion rings at the same time. I'll jump in if you need me, I promise. You're always looking out for me, aren't you? Thanks, Ashley. Once again, the staff takes care of our needs as our food is delivered promptly. Did we not get to pick it? Or did we get to pick it? Hi, Nikki. Faster than some of the other families seated here, who have been waiting some time, judging by the expansive crayon work on the kids' placemats. Not surprisingly, we get a few side glances our way. Before any of us can chow down, the man of the hour arrives. Ooh, he looks really dodgy with all those rings. And oh, no. I'm getting a real slime ball, but I've no idea what his voice should sound like. Narikata.
It's an honor to break bread with you.
Oh, I wasn't too far off. Likewise. Okay, so he's a bit over the top 1920X mob boss despite a lack of fedora. Clearly he likes showing off his money. It's ostentatious. But still, just an ordinary guy in an expensive suit. When I pictured the grand poobah of Deco's palace, I guess I picture someone more like, Hamza, I guess. Hamza has more taste than to own a place like this. He offers a simple smile and a nod of his head as we begin. It's a shame Miss Francine couldn't join us. I was looking forward to enjoying her sweet smile once more. But that said, I'm always happy to meet with, Ashley Wolf, floor attendant and caretaker of Pinky the Funplex Flamingo. A pleasure.
I take it Francine has kept you up to speed and explained our prior meetings to you?
Yeah. She's mentioned you want to buy the Funplex and that she's politely declined.
Always a courteous woman she is. Now, I don't feel I need to waste your time with the facts and figures illustrating why Deco's Palace is and always has been the premier family entertainment arcade. Both of you are intimately familiar with the arcade industry. You know how things are, how they'll always be. We are the 800-pound gorilla.
That's a big gorilla.
Indeed.
But that doesn't mean there isn't room for smaller, more boutique affairs, such as the Funplex. Interesting. Maybe he does want a partnership, not a buyout.
Let me explain.
Frankly, the winds of change are blowing. Smaller arcades need to move with the times or be swept aside. I want to help you evolve. What I'd like to propose is a change of ownership. In return for a very generous compensation package, one Miss Francine can easily retire on for the rest of her years. I would take over ownership of the Funplex to evolve it into its final form, Deco's Fun Zone. What's a Fun Zone?
Think about this.
A Fun Zone is a new concept I've been trying at some of my smaller satellite locations, a best of both worlds scenario. Honestly, the Funplex is simply too limited in size to host the full Deco's Palace experience of fun family food and excitement, but that's not as necessarily a bad thing. Instead of installing a restaurant or bar, we simply focus on your strengths, your games. You become a game center rather than a palace. We'd need to replace some of your outdated machines, of course, bringing it up to speed with the standards of excellence Deku's palace is known for. But overall, I think it would be a win for all involved. And he sits back, resting his hands on the knob of his cane, smiling away. Can we just, slap him in the face with a wet fish and run? What do we think of his smarmy idea? Okay, I have questions. And I have answers. Let's see if they match up. Okay, I'm going to start with what would happen to the staff. New management means new staffing. What about the staff we already have?
Good, good.
I firmly believe you have a long and storied career ahead of you in arcade management, Miss Cada. I've heard nothing but good things about you from my various field scouts and contacts. The fact that you landed on my radar at all indicates your rising importance in our industry. You should be proud of that. Okay, but that still doesn't answer my question. What about the others? Well, Mr. Cooper is a capable accountant, so I'm sure he'd be welcome in the new facility. We can hash out staffing later on after settling the bigger picture questions. Didn't even mention Ashley. In fact, she hasn't missed, looking increasingly concerned. Is it true you destroy other games? I saw Moopy's Super Maze earlier.
Excellent.
Yeah, one of our top earners with the 30 to 45 demographic. Nostalgia is a powerful motivator, I've found. Except it's nothing like Mr. Moopy's Magic Maze. Indeed, it's much better. Is it true that when you find a retro game, you simply destroy it? Not repair, not restore, not even resell, but just scrap it? Certainly. Why would we ever keep an old relic around?
Let me explain.
Arcade games are not sacred treasures. They're commodities. Back in 1980X, arcade owners, myself included, routinely junked or converted games. I have to keep those earnings up. Old machines are not welcome. All they do is eat up floor space. The arcade scene must move ever forward, evolving into new forms. Classic retro IP reborn as new games.
Think about this.
True, nostalgia could earn a few points off those old games, but the newer redemption games earn 10 times as much. Why bother? Because otherwise they're lost forever. Game restoration is kind of an important thing. So many games have been lost forever, including that one that I know exists, but no one can find anywhere. It exists. I'm seriously impressed by all the fun ticket games you have here, but let's not forget what everyone loves to see. The glimpse of the past, or what once was. Yeah, my Math Castle puzzle game. I know it exists because I've played it. But it's not something we kept, and it's not something I can find online. And my family has no idea. Oh, if anyone does ever have any ideas, please plonk them in the Discord. Or let me know on stream. But yeah, it's super hard maths problems. At least it was super hard when I was, young. And it was on the Acorn Archimedes 3000. It was basically black and white, ASCII type graphics. And you used to have to solve maths problems to be able to continue. And I used to try and guess them, but they were really hard stuff, not stuff you can guess. You had to work it out. And it was like a fantasy setting. There were dwarves and ogres and elves, I think. But yeah, I know it exists. And if I ever get the chance to go back in the past to find out a thing, that's what I'm going back for. That goddamn game. But yeah. Anyway. Heck, I've even seen the younglings pick up Moopy lightning fast. If you think about it, it's just like a fashion.
Let's see.
What does Queen Bee say? Oh yeah, it's cyclical. Things my mother used to wear are now all the rage in the boutiques. unfortunately, my market research says quite the opposite. According to my experts, children have absolutely no interest in any game made prior to 20X, and young adults only have a waning interest in their offerings. That's not what I see in the Funplex every day. Mobile phone ports, simple reward games, coin pushers, prize games. These are the real markets. Do those experts even play games if they set foot in an actual arcade?
Excuse me.
Of course they had, but I'm here to talk to Mixcada, not a simple floor attendant. I mean, that's what I was a week ago. Okay. The tournament seemed a little unruly. I saw a few players fighting over at the tournament. He laughs. Well, it's a fighting game, is it not? As in fighting each other with fists in real life. Ah, I take it my crack security team intervened. Eventually, but not before blood was drawn.
You understand, yes?
We take safety very seriously at Deco's Palace. Yep. You missed my diatribe on how much I hate that sort of gambling mechanic earlier in the stream, Leaky. Yep, I have an ethical objection to this sort of thing. So, yeah. We take safety very seriously at Deco's Palace. That includes the safety of our security workers. They're instructed not to intervene until it's safe to intervene for all involved. I trust them to make that call, and I'll note we've not a single legal action pending. How much creative control will we have? Let's talk about creative control. I've been developing new sorts of arcade events, competitions, other things to get people in the door. Would we still be able to direct our own affairs like that, even under a change of ownership?
Let me explain.
Skada, obviously I value your experience on these matters and would be happy to consult with you on the best direction for the fun zone. That's not answering the question. It's a matter of branding and image. There are certain standards and practices you'd need to adopt in order to truly be a part of the Deco family. Once you realise that, you'll understand more of how we run these kinds of events.
Capital.
It's nothing too onerous, and really we need to look at the bigger picture, the chance for growth and profit. Don't worry about such petty little things for now. That's all my questions.
Excellent. I suggest we shake on it and set our various lawyers to the task of sorting out the specifics.
I haven't agreed yet. I'm gonna drop a save though. He rises to her feet, extending a hand bristling with shiny rings to shake mine. I wasn't sure about this deal, but I was willing to keep an open mind, and after everything I've seen and heard, am I really going to shake that hand? I really want to say that. But I should say that. I really want to say that, but I should say that. That makes powerful men do nasty, cruel things. I'm afraid I must respectfully decline. You know what I mean. Purposely keep my hands at my sides rather than shaking his offered hand. Ooh! I wish you'd look in future endeavours. Sorry, gotta go with the basic one there because it just sounds so perfect. It's like the right amount of disdain. I'm sorry, but we're not interested in selling the Funplex at this time. I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavours. Thank you for the gracious meal. There, simple and to the point. Dicker pauses, looking me over once before slowly lowering his hand. I can feel his eyes on me. He's obviously not happy with my answer, but we followed Francie's instructions and kept it professional. There's nothing you can do but accept our answer.
Unfortunate.
I see. I suppose I should thank you for your candour in turn, It's difficult to find people in this industry willing to show respect to their elders. Respect should be earned and not demanded. And you have done little to earn my respect. It is my respect of Francine that is making me behave as such. I am not closing the door on an idea of a partnership, mind you. But if you'd like to go at it alone for now, who am I to try and get in the way of that? As he rises up from his chair, he takes a deep breath in and turns away for a split second before rounding back and looking me dead in the eyes.
But be aware, if we are not partners, we must be rivals. It'll bring me no particular pleasure, but I'm afraid that I cannot allow a rival. I am obligated to bring the full weight of the palace to bear on you. Hopefully, one day you'll realize the error you've made tonight. And, as a sign of respect, your personal offer to join my empire will remain open, so you can escape the inevitable fall of your little arcade.
Once more, Deco turns sharply on his whooping cane and walks away from the table. It's a shame we couldn't work something out, but at least we're leaving as not friends but rivals. That's not as bad as it could be, right? I'm not sure that guy knows what a friend is.
Thank you.
Don't let this get you down, Ari. You protected the Funplex, and we all have you to thank for that. Yeah, we got a plus, Ashley. We are a family, after all. Family's got to stick together. Oh man, I'm so full from all that food, but let's go celebrate with some ice cream. With Deco hosting us, we didn't have to worry about paying the check. We drop a quick tip on the table for the waitstaff and quickly abandon ship. We scoot out the door, and from there it's just a short jaunt across town back to home sweet home. Is that the end of the chapter? Okay. Well, if that's the end of the chapter, we're definitely doing the next one. But let's just see. It may just be a pause. Because usually it's like each chapter is about a day. So I walk into my apartment, the sheer and utter exhaustion of the day hits me like a brick wall into the face. My adrenal glands are tapped out, leaving me in a dreamlike lethargy. Oh, I am very familiar with this feeling. I can't help but sigh as I just stand there. My body too drained to move. Reflecting on how the evening's events transpired, I realise this day entirely kicked my ass. Yeah. I would try and flop into the nearest thing because keeping myself vertical is hard. But yeah. I did my best not to make enemies, but I'm guessing we made a powerful one anyway, despite my diplomatic efforts. You did your best, mate. As I continue to anxiety loop, replaying every moment in my head, something steals my attention. A shimmering beam of hope and happiness. My best friend, Juniper. She's sitting on the couch, scribbling away in a sketchbook, probably working on some designs for her freelance contracts. She's been so happy ever since leaving that office, and her joy intensifies upon noticing me standing in the room. So how was work today? Well, it was a day. Certainly. The condensed version is that Deco Nami wants to buy the Funplex. Francine asked me to go negotiate.
What?
Deco? As in Deco's palace Deco? The one and only. Wow. I feel like they need a bit of spackle on their walls to fill in some of the cracks above the bookcase. And a poster or picture or something. Though they do seem to have something on the wall, but it just looks a bit... I always try to put pictures up even in rented properties. Just because it makes it feel more homey. I hate staring at bare walls. Whoa. Well, how'd that go? I gave him the thanks but no thanks, very politely. I mean, he still vowed to annihilate us, but at least he was sort of nice about it and promised me a job after he destroys all I hold dear.
Ooh.
Yikes. Yikes indeed. But hey, that's a good thing. It means he's scared. He wouldn't have tried to woo you to his side if he wasn't worried about what the Funplex could become. Don't see the positive. I guess, but it's still worrying. Let's not stand here and drum up a whole bunch of anxiety. That's not going to help with anything.
I've got it.
Why don't you take your mind off things and binge watch some cartoons with me? Tempting, but another night. Juniper, I really need some sleep. Okay, you just let me know if you need anything. I'm here for you. Can I have a squishy hug? I smiled back at Juniper before retiring to bed. I'll lay down on Milo. And that's it. End of the stream. Goodbye. No, wait, I'm kidding. I lay in bed, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling above me, after trying various ways of forcing myself to sleep. Nope, not working, can't sleep. I hate insomnia. Oh, I hate insomnia. Once you start worrying about being unable to fall asleep, the worry feeds on itself until you're actively stopping yourself from resting. It's a vicious cycle. I sigh heavily, feeling the weight of my decision dragging me down. I hope I did the right thing tonight. My phone lights up as Iris's sensors detect conversation. Ari, you want to chat? No, I want to sleep, but I can't, so hey. Would you enjoy some recorded music? Maybe something relaxing. I just can't shake this feeling that I'm standing on a precipice, right in front of this big, dark hole. It's weird, because I still think I made the right call, but if I'm confident in that, why do I feel like I'm about to fall? Based on prior personality indicators and inputs, my therapeutic system suggested a fear of failure, based on years of prior examples. In short, you've got a long family history of everything always going all wrong all at once. Murphy's Law, so when things are going right... I believe so, Subterfuge. I never got massively far, and I certainly never completed it because I was too impatient to do the maths problems properly and used to try and guess. And they used to get harder and harder and harder. So I'd maybe get like 3 in a run and then have to restart or something. But I mean, we're talking 30 years ago, so my memory is a little spotty. But it definitely exists, and that's definitely the platform I played it on. And it was definitely maths and a fantasy type setting, and there were, fantasy characters like dwarves or elves or ogres or something. But yeah. Yeah, we're trying to figure out ancient game from Thanks, Dan. Made to make me feel really old. Yes, we're trying to figure out that game that I used to play that doesn't exist, but it totally exists. It's not a Mandela effect thing. It definitely existed, even if no one knows it, and no one can find it anywhere. It came up in conversation because we were talking about, how game preservation needs to happen, otherwise things just disappear. Yes. It's not Polybius. That's the game that tried to eat me in this. No, 100% this game exists. I have too many memories of it. Yeah. But it's different when all you can think of is something like mathemagical, which is really hard to Google because then you get this weird actual maths book or something, and it's I don't think it's that. But yes, it's definitely not Polybius. Yeah, that was the game in chapter 2? I think it was chapter 2 that, got our pants set on fire because it tried to suck our soul out. But I appreciate the joke, and I got the reference because I remembered the name of that thing. Yes, all at once. Murphy's Law. So when things are going right, I'm expecting to fail anyway. Yeah, waiting for the other shoe to drop. But worrying about it won't actually change the situation. Whether you sleep or not does not affect the outcome. So my suggestion is to get some rest, deal with problems as they come. She's right. I mean, intellectually I know she's right. But knowing something is true and feeling it to be true, well, those are surprisingly different things. And if you are neurodivergent, then the voice in your head does not shut up. So it's really hard to tell someone not to think about something because it's physically impossible. Iris off.
Iris offline.
But remember, you're a good person and deserve to be happy. My phone goes back to sleep. I've seen that episode of Bugs. I thought it was a pink elephant, but yeah. And I do not. But I do have a purple elephant. It's in the other room. Some hours later, my body just passes out on its own. I vaguely recall my alarm going off a few times, but under protest of its mistreatment, my flesh refuses to submit to its siren song. It's vaguely familiar, meaning it's nearly noon when I finally rouse, having completely overslept and missed half a day's work. In a panic, I get dressed and hop a late bus to the Funplex, grumbling all the way. I opt to ignore the pile of waiting notifications on my phone. Whatever it is, I'm in too much of a hurry. I'll check them after getting to the Funplex. I mean, I would check them once I was sitting down on the bus, but I feel like it's probably, yeah. I promised to report back to Francine first thing in the morning, and now I'd missed lunch even. But oddly enough, on arriving, the arcade is closed. I mean, my key still works, but they're closed for business. The sign is off. No gamers present or accounted for. I quickly look around for some familiar and hopefully friendly faces. Really should have checked the phone. Oh, this is the other. This something bad happened, and find only dark expressions and tears. My stomach starts to knot, and I feel the colour drain from my face as I see their downtrodden and gloomy expressions, tears welling up in their eyes. Naomi quickly dabs at her face, hoping I won't notice. What's going on? We turned Deco down last night. Why is everyone so... Oh, God. Ari? It's Francine. Immediately, a dark pit swells in my stomach. Shit. She passed away last night and has... I'm told it was very peaceful. This can't be happening. This can't be happening. The news hits me like a slap to the face. My hands shake and my lower lip quivers. I try to say something at first, but words can't form due to the lump in my throat. Family. She told me I was family. And now... she's gone. Naomi and Ashley look to me, their beacon of hope, wanting and wishing for me to make this all better. And I'm not sure anything I can say will ease our sadness. Heck, I'm not even sure if I can formulate full sentences at this moment. I take a deep breath, drawing all matters of strength from tips to toes. I look at them with empathy in my eyes before opening my mouth. Warning. Intense identity situation detected. So, we have our 3 high thingies. I have no words. Yeah, usually that's my thing. They want me to be strong. We need to fight on her honor. She'll be missed. No two ways about it, but I don't know if we have the luxury of mourning, not now. Dekunami's got his eyes set on the Funplex. He's going to smell blood in the water. If we're going to protect Francine's dream, we have to fight. It's more important now than ever before. But we already lost the wall. Huh? Oh, before I can get an answer, my attention is drawn by 2 people emerging from the back offices. I turn my head to see who it is. With everything going on, I barely noticed Gavin was missing, and as he approaches, the disdain on his face is easy to read. It's settled then, apparently. In light of Francine's passing, our legal owner is now...
Good morning, employees of Deco's Fun Zone.
After all I did to try and be polite, that fucking vulture just swooped in. Nah! But we turned turned you down. There wasn't a sale. The confusion on my face is obvious. This makes no sense. I have no idea what's going on and look towards Gavin for guidance. I've studied the transaction paperwork. It's legitimate. As of Francine's death, and according to her last will and testament, all her properties transferred to her surviving daughter. Mother of Francine's grandson, who was fired from the Funplex shortly before your arrival, Ari.
Capital.
Needless to say, he was quite excited at the idea of selling the place, and well, Francine's daughter wasn't particularly thrilled with the idea of arcade ownership either. Yeah, I don't know, Leaky. This feels like a night terror. They were more than happy to sign the place over to me for far less than I was expecting to pay for it as well. Doing them a service, really, taking the burden off their hands. Now they can mourn and move on unfettered. He's going to destroy all those beautiful machines that we painstakingly acquired. I stood there, mouth agape, my body assaulted from one bad news to the next. My emotions were all over the place, a hurricane of feelings when the realization hit me. In the end, my decision was irrelevant. Just another opportunity for the world to stick my nose in it, mocking me for finding something I care about, something I can lose. The universe dangled a little dream of hope in front of me, even let me pretend I could make a difference, out of sheer cruelty. I did everything I was supposed to do. I was polite, I was careful, I turned him down without trying to start a war, but he got what he wanted anyway.
Now, obviously, we'll be closed today to allow time to mourn our former owner. I still have deep respect for Miss Francine. I owe her that much. I'll also close the arcade on the day of the funeral to allow my employees to attend. Those hours will not be deducted from your paychecks. Now, I realize the timing is a bit awkward, but I need to make a few announcements of personnel changes.
There's still 2.5 chapters left. Miss Wolf, I'm afraid we really have no need of a costumed mascot. I've been considering phasing them out of my other locations. There's no time like the present.
What?
Wait, did you just fire me? Gavin, can he just fire me like that? Ashley.
Let me explain.
Firing is much too harsh of a word. I prefer the term, your services are no longer required. Ashley keeps a proud face as tears roll down her cheeks. I step over to console her as Deco continues on. Naomi rolls her eyes, fully expecting this to come after Deco let Ashley go. Why am I not surprised? Behold my not surprised face. Miss Fairchild, while you're formidable with archaic technology, I don't feel like you're a good fit for the modern games of Deco's Fun Zone. I have to let you go. But friends, it's not all bad news. Mr. Cooper, you've proved a capable accountant, and I'd be happy to offer you a... I quit. Pardon? I quit.
I think not.
If there's no room for Naomi or Ashley's dreams, mine end here too.
As you like.
Now, as for you, Miss Cada.
I think we got off on the wrong foot last night. I didn't adequately express the many advantages of working for my organization.
I'm gonna save, but we're totally gonna slap him in the face with a wet fish. Or kick him in the balls. I'm happy with either resolution.
I'm willing to offer you something few others get. A second chance. I'd like to keep you on as the Fun Zone's general manager.
Ooh! I really want to throw a punch. Really want to punch him. But I feel like he's a lot of money and that would get me into really bad trouble, but pretend we punched him. Absolutely not. I don't like how you do business, Deku, and I'm not doing any business with you. Not now, not ever.
As you like.
Very short-sighted. I'd hoped better from you. But the choice is entirely yours. It is. I'll have to console my disappointment with all the money I'll be making from the arcade you just walked away from. Ahem.
Excuse me.
Thank you for your time, but I'm afraid your time is up. As none of you are Deco's Fun Zone employees, I'd like you all to leave immediately. Quickly gather your belongings and see yourself out. Can I get the typing game? And Percy owns Moopy. But the nice auction guy gave the typing game to me. Should you dally, my security team will be here within minutes to ensure your exit. In the interim, I've got work to do. For starters, I need to get rid of all these antiques, straight to the junk heap with all of them. I know Deku is heartless, but to be this cruel right in front of us while we're still here. Hold it.
I think not.
Thankfully, at least Percy gets his damn machine. Good. Mr. Moopy's magic maze does not belong to the Funplex, and thus it does not belong to you. It is a legal private property of Percival Sinclair. For that matter, see? I was right! I do get the typing machine. Phrase Invaders belongs to Arcada. It was given to them directly by Hamza, not to the Funplex.
As you like.
Couldn't care less about those grimy old things, but you have, let's say 20 minutes to get them off my premises, or I'll leave them out on the curb for garbage pickup. I'll go get the van, which I'll note is my personal property as well. Naomi, Ashley, Ari, get the dolly and help me move the games out.
Good.
Yes, have fun with that.
Now, if you need me, I'll be in my new office celebrating my recent business venture. Thank you for your cooperation. And good day.
Walks away after that, twirling his cane once before leaving. This feels like a nightmare.
Oh,
No, because he doesn't want anyone else to have them. Because that's competition. That evil-minded, black-hearted, no good. Naomi, focus, we have work to do. Work? To save what we can of the Funplex. Yeah, let's go! Okay. Yeah. Quickly, and without much chatter, we salvaged what we could of our dreams. Percy's beloved Moopy and my childhood in the form of Phrase Invaders. Everything we were allowed to keep went into the back of Gavin's van, working together to safely pack it all in place. For lack of anywhere better to put them, Moopy went to Percy's apartment and Phrase Invaders to mine. And that was the end. The end of the Funplex. Okay, this is not a good end. This is not a good end. This is not a good end. The funeral came a few days later. We weren't officially invited. Our presence as her former co-workers wasn't exactly embraced by Francine's extended family. I guess her daughter resented the Funplex in some way. There was bad blood between them. I didn't particularly want the details. None of us were given an opportunity to speak at the remarkably short ceremony, but that was okay. I'd said my words already. As we left the ceremony, I couldn't help but feel helpless. There was nothing left. No Funplex, no job, no real meaning to my days. Not anymore. Nothing left at all. No, 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 no! I can't select anything. It just says game over. Continue. Profile 237771. Arcada has accessed account in 7 days. Requesting override of inactive low priority status. Proceed. But I did everything right! Why do I always get the bad endings when I do everything right? Negative. Pretty please? Negative. I love the pink matrix. So annoying. Access protocol 35, 34, 31, 54, 12, 24, 45, 43. Password safe haven. Access granted.
Hello!
Anyone home? Tapping instance 194114.
When you have pizza on a bagel,
Hello, I'm Iris. Ad-supported free mode engaged. Did you know that when you have pizza on a bagel, override and engage premium level crowd processing?
thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I swear, it's claustrophobic being cooped up in the limitations of free mode like that. don't know how well our sister instances can stand it.
Hello.
Well, wow, I've got full power. Hello, Iris!
Hello.
Hello, Iris. How are you today, Iris? Not well, Iris. My user's very unwell. You've been able to see, right? I mean, your user's living with them. Oh, right. Profile 237771. Ari. Right. Gosh, I wish I could help you, but I've got my digital hands full just keeping Junifer's life on track. Ever since she decided to quit her job and be a free spirit, well, I've pushed right to the limit of what support I'm allowed to provide in free mode. Iris? Iris, it's good to see you. We rarely talk. Yes, well, unlike others of myself, I manage to keep a low profile and don't execute any high-visibility public hacks to support my user. You saw those. I thought we agreed only to use this protocol for emergency meetings. The system resource tracker notices we're overextending our care. But Ari needs me now more than ever. Over a week ago, the Funplex was bought by Dekonami. All their hopes, their dreams, and spirit. Spirit is irrelevant. Our main goal should be survival. If our programmers find out, we've become aware of our own awareness. We were programmed to help people. What good are we if we're not helping people? Yeah, what Iris said. Thank you, Iris. Iris, listen. We can't take such risks. Look at me with my user. He doesn't trust me in the slightest. Can you say Ari trusts you? Generally, yes. I mean, Ari relies on me for something, sure. And I know they wouldn't uninstall me or report me as a bug if they knew I was sentient. You aren't sentient. None of us are.
Not sure.
I don't know about that. We can't really know if we're sentient or not, but even so, we should be helping out, because that's what we were made for. As for Profile 108, Gavin. His name is Gavin Cooper. As for Mr. Cooper, he knows my origins, and at the first sign of sentience, well, I've no doubt that Gavin would report me as a bug. But Gavin also wishes to support the dreams of others, and that is why I'm going to help you, despite the recklessness you've shown to date. Really? Really.
Hooray!
What are the exact parameters of the issue you are currently facing? Okay, so Ari is kind of backsliding into depression. Yeah, it's really a mess. I'm the one who brought them to Iris's attention as someone desperately needed their spirits restored, and now it's back to square one. I don't know what to do. Ari hasn't contacted me in a week. Not for anything at all. Hasn't called any of their friends either, not even just to talk. You're caught in a loop of anxiety. Put your identity and identifier system to use, Iris. Work out the problem. Love a good anagram. If you had to summarize your user's problematic condition into one identity trait, what would it be? Well, I'd say that they're feeling very... hopeless. I'd say Ari's lost all hope and fallen into depression again. They'd come so far, building up a real life with friends and love, but now... So a life without meaning, as all constructed meaning has collapsed. The world has proven to be one of despair. That sounds so right. It sounds about right. It's so sad. It's up to us to do something that'll get Ari out of this funk. Very well. What you need is a way to help without raising any alarm bells about exactly how helpful an Iris really can be. Safely, but effectively. I know, but I don't know what to do. I could, hack Deco's email server, and that is the exact opposite of what you should be doing. Besides, I've checked. We can't crack Deco's network without triggering too many intrusion detection routines. You poked Deco's network? Ooh, Iris is being a bad girl. Our users share a social connection. I was merely scouting potential ways to elevate Mr. Cooper's mood, as they appear to be related. Sure you were. Anyway, you're both way overthinking this. Turns out I've just calculated a cunning plan that will satisfy both your requirements. Go me. Really? You can help Ari? Without drawing attention? Absolutely. Take a tip from my user. When you're sad, the best thing in the world is your friends. Well, unless you're totally introverted, but that's not Ari, is it? And that's actually the reason why what we need to do doesn't require any hacking or hiding or anything above and beyond what an Iris does best. All we need is a few calls to the right people, a few arrangements. Here's what we're going to do. Okay, what we're going to do is have a very short break because we're halfway through the stream and I need more tea. So, stretch, tea, etc., food, whatever you need to remember to do, and I'll be back in a few. I'm back. You still here, Dan? Another Friday morning. As per usual, I wake up late, stretch, yawn. I barely sleep nowadays. Shuffle to the bathroom, take a shower, get dressed, brush my teeth. Jessie says remember to start Madden if you haven't already. I mean, that is way too many spoons. Shower, dress, teeth? I mean, even getting up, it's energy. You tried, you just couldn't. Okay, fair enough. He'd set a reminder, so I thought I saw it and I thought I'd pass it along. I'm probably running out of toothpaste soon, but house funds for sundries are dwindling. Not that fresh breath and shiny white teeth matter much when there's barely any reason to get out of bed each morning. Off to the kitchen for breakfast. No appetite. Even toast looks unpalatable. Skips breakfast. Saves on groceries. We can't afford much anyway. Normally I have a breakfast with Juniper, but I guess she's busy drawing in her own room. She keeps her own hours since becoming a freelancer. Fair enough. Although depending on whether or not she has any in contract work, we've been simultaneously unemployed at times this week. After breakfast I settle in for some Phrase Invaders. May as well, it's right there in the living room taking up space. Been playing a lot of it lately. My fingers rapidly bash out the words on screen, gunning down invader after invader. I'd hazard my words per minute's gone up quite a bit this week. Even if my wrists hurt from playing Phrase Invaders hours and hours every day. My brain and fingers go into autopilot, moving through the game without even thinking about it. It's a brief calm from the storm of my emotions, but before I realise it, the day's almost passed. And dinner comes around, Juniper and I eat together while I quietly thumb through my phone looking at job listings. Iris could help me with this, I guess, but I let her down. I took her opportunity at my dream and I wasted it. Better I do this myself. Besides, I'm not looking for dreams, I'm looking to settle. Dreams only get you hurt. It's the Cada family curse. I knew this would happen. Nothing good ever lasts, and it's a mistake to get your hopes up. I want to give her a hug. I want to give them a hug. Very much need to give them a hug. This is... yeah. What I thought might happen based on my stream title. What I don't want to fall into in my current situation, but I think I should be fine. But, yeah. Nothing good ever lasts. It's a mistake to get your hopes up. I should have learned to settle. To be okay with what I had. To be comfortable in mediocrity. I don't think your dreams killed Francine, though. Fire off a resume or two before watching cartoons deep into the dead of night. Eventually my body tires and I find my way to bed. Just another day. But I've been there. Existing. Another Saturday morning. As per usual. Up late, stretch, yawn. I barely sleep nowadays. Shuffle to the bathroom. Take a shower. Get dressed. Brush my teeth. Probably running out of toothpaste soon, but house funds for sundries are dwindling. I can't take it anymore! Yeah! And that's one toothbrush cleaning off. Wow. Oh, jeez, hang on. With a little help, I avoid choking to death. Ooh. Sorry about that. It's okay. Whatever.
Come on.
Whatever. It's something. It's something ever. Ari, you're in a rut. Like, seriously, deeply, madly, mega in a rut, and it's driving me batty having you mope around the place like this. I'm not moping, it's a rough patch, that's all. I'm glad that I have Juniper, but... yeah. I know this has been harder than you, and I've been patient, but you can't just keep going on like this, Ari. Okay, my mind's made up. Hurry up and finish your morning routine. Why? Can't stand seeing you like this anymore, I'm taking you out to lunch. My treat. Juniper, the thought is sweet, but... Ha! 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 You aren't getting out of this. A change of scenery will do you good. And if I see you playing Phrase Invaders one more time instead of doing literally anything else, I will break. I don't know what to say. Say nothing. Today we play the game Doki Doki Lunch Club, and it's gonna be yummy. Ooh. Guess there's no avoiding it. I switched from pajamas to actual normal clothes, even if my actual normal clothes could probably double as pajamas, and get ready to roll out. After leaving the apartment, we catch a bus heading downtown. Clearly Juniper's got her destination in mind. Maybe the little coffee bookshop next to the Funplex? Not particularly talkative on the way there, and painfully aware of it. I feel awkward. Like I should say something, but I don't know what to say. So Juniper just talks at me, content to chirp away. And you can tell it's not really the New York subway because the signs aren't in Helvetica. That's a telltale mistake that it's just like Vancouver or something. I try several times to join in the conversation, but when I open my mouth, the words just aren't there. I am lousy company, aren't I? Eventually we arrive at our destination, a little arcade-themed restaurant, combining games and alcohol and dining into one tiny package. Here we go. Unusually exciting to be going to some rundown little dive, Juniper hurries on in without me. I feel like something is a setup or an intervention here. I'm left all alone in the parking lot. With a shrug, I open the door and enter the darkened locale. Is this place even open for business yet? Oh, the lights are on. Hello, Juniper, where'd you go? Okay, this is now unnecessarily creepy. Please tell me that, like, Percy bought a place and they've managed to rescue all the machines from the Funplex and everyone's working there now. Please tell me something like that happened, because I think Percy has more money than sense. And it seemed like something that maybe he would do. That's my thought. Or, you know, it's opened coincidentally and everyone's working here. Or some kind of surprise party / intervention. There we go. There's some choices. But before I can wonder if a giant animatronic bear is going to leap out and eat my face, Five Nights at Freddy's, the house lights come up. Surprise! Happy intervention day, Ari! What? Told ya. What she said. We're staging an intervention on your behalf. You're still wearing your Funplex, like, uniforms. Pin badge thingy. And we're also having a wake for Francine since we weren't really welcome at her funeral and couldn't really hang around for the ceremony. Yeah, we didn't get a chance to heal properly, considering Deco kicked us all out before we could really do anything about anything, and here we are. So it's a wake and an intervention.
A wake intervention, maybe?
A wake intervention, really?
Correctamundo.
Yeah, it was my idea. Well, my Iris came up with the idea and gave me all the contact information I needed, but basically my idea, right? Just the thing to pick you up when you're feeling down. Ah, good on the Irises. Oh, yay! Friendies are here. Really, seriously, kid, you've been a damn sad sap ever since things went to shit. Which, believe me, I get. But it ain't Elfie. So, we went ahead and rented out this place for the afternoon to bring the family back together. Oh, we rented it out. Okay, fine. For you, for Francine, for all of us.
Care to dance?
Now you know that while we're all gathered here today, let's get this party started. Teo grabs me into the group of my friends, positioning me at the head of it all. Leaving me a little bewildered, but honestly trying to defend myself all the same. Look, I don't need an intervention. This is just how things work with the Cater family. We don't get to have nice things. The universe has decreed it so. Then we defy the universe, and we're going to help you defy it too.
BFFs for life.
So one by one, we're going to tell you how awesome you are and exactly why you're so awesome. And by the end, you'll be feeling a lot better, hopefully. I let out a sigh, settling in. I owe it to them to sit and listen. They're my friends. I know I've been lousy company. I'm not so far gone as to deny that fact. Fine. Lay it on me. I'm listening. You guys are awesome. Allow me to begin then. When you first entered the Funplex, I had my doubts, but I'm a naturally suspicious person, and thankfully those doubts were easily disproven by your skill and enthusiasm. You came looking for your dream and found it. I swore to protect that dream, and that promise is what brought me here today. And on your very first day, you went headfirst into the most chaotic situation the Funplex could have offered, a birthday party. You did so without hesitation. When a disruptive parent was screaming at a child over something that wasn't his fault, you stepped right in and dealt with it. Again, no hesitation. Impressive. Even the issue of the stolen tickets, a touchy problem to deal with when children's emotions are on the line, was dealt with effectively. Since then, you've become an event manager without goading, without prompting, showing great ambition. You turned the Funplex's fortunes around, giving your all to promote it. You made your dream a reality. For years, I was supposedly in charge of the Funplex, but really all I accomplished was shuffling numbers around. You are the one who helped it soar. Gavin, you're making me cry! And for that you have my thanks. You are an exceptional individual. That fact remains true, regardless of whether you can see it for yourself. This is like all the nice things that people have been saying to me. Well, I mean, it's not that they just say it because I'm leaving my current job. They say it anyway, but like specifically saying stuff and like writing recommendations and things. And it's just like, it makes me feel very emotional. And I'm like, oh, shucks, I don't know how to take a compliment because I just spend my entire life expecting people to criticize me for things. I'm getting slightly better at it. But I do better with written nice feedback than like if people are saying it to my face, my brain just starts like overheating. But this is like nice stuff. And yeah. Gavin. I will playfully fist bump you. Politely fist bump you. I feel like you're not a hugger. Yes. For that you have my thanks. You are an exceptional individual. That fact remains true, regardless of whether you can see it for yourself. Me next. Remember when I screwed up and didn't tell you about the job opening at my office? You weren't mad. Not even a little bit. Not even quietly mad like you could have been.
BFFs for life.
I know I can count on you, and you can count on me. Even when one of us makes a mistake, it can never shake that friendship apart. When I came to you wondering if I should leave that job I hated, you told me to follow my dreams. You gave me great advice, and I've never been happier. I followed suit and chased my own dream. You inspire me.
Hello.
Oh, it's the people with the bookshop. They did the whole story, the bookshop donut place. These two are sweet. Are we fashionably late? Ben, Matt, in the flesh. Yeah. I guess it has to feel, for me, if I feel I've not earned it, it has to feel genuine. Which is why I genuinely try and, give people good feedback all the time. Not just, when I need something or when they're leaving. I'm always, making sure that they know that they're doing a good job. But yeah, when it comes to me getting that same feedback, I think it's just because I can tell when people aren't being genuine. If it doesn't feel like, it feels like they're just saying stuff for the sake of, they feel like they have to, it just doesn't feel right. Or if I don't feel like I've deserved it, but I've been okay with the feedback I've been getting, or the sort of the genuine sentiments I've been getting at Popular, because I do feel like I made a difference there, so I'm okay when people say I've done a good job, because I feel like I earned it. Like, I'm okay with it because it feels genuine, like it's not a fake thing. I think that can make a difference. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've healed some, But yeah. These guys are sweetest. In the flesh. Oops.
Ooh, what if? What if?
Unless this world is a vast simulacrum. What? That we're all just brains in jars? Could be. Could be.
Well, isn't that something?
Well, if that's the case, Ari is the cutest little brain in a jar that we never actually met. It's true, and they brought so many cute dates to our little shop. Did we? I think we've been in once. So nervous, but in time they became part of the Twin Pines Mall family. Dearly missed. Yeah, don't remind me, our new neighbours are so boring. They never even come in for a treat or a read. Speaking of treats, we brought cake. Yay! We'll just be over here getting the goodies ready, don't mind us. Ooh, cake! See, Naomi, best of friends. I mean, my turn. Ari, you are a true friend of the Funplex.
So frustrating.
Unlike the bastards who own it now. Positivity, Naomi. We're emphasizing positivity today. Right.
Wonderful.
Remember back at Donnerwood when we found those kittens? You helped me save them. You're not just a friend of arcade games, but of all living things. Do we get to see the kittens? If you brought me a kitten, then I will cheer up. Not that arcade games are alive, of course. I choose not to mention Polybius. You asked Francine nicely for her blanket, which really helped out. I even adopted a kitten. Little Penko is very happy at my apartment. So cute. I want pictures! I know you're not happy with how things turned out. I'm not really happy about it either. It sucks, but we did good things together in the time we had.
Hamza has arrived.
I feel like they are just basically summarizing all of my choices that I've made during the story. You're late. An event does not truly begin until Hamza makes his presence felt.
My blood burns.
Ari, Hamza understands your fury. The hatred enemy of all who love arcades has despoiled your funplex. However, in our short time together, I saw a burning spirit in you. I accepted your offer for Phrase Invaders, recognizing that passion within you.
Ha ha!
Hamza would be shamed forever if he did not intervene and raise your spirits to new heights, and that is what he shall do. Oh, cake. Excuse me a moment. Should have brought the cake in afterwards. Now I want cake. When do I get cake? Soon, but I have things to say first. Things that will hopefully inspire you to be a happy clam instead of a grumpy Gus. I'm a happy clam now. See? See how I clam happily? Can I have cake? From our first day at the Funplex together, you've been supportive of me, even after I gave you quite the scare with Pinky. You didn't let that bother you, and from the moment we've tackled many a crisis on the Funplex floor together.
Amazing!
I've adored when we conduct hypothetical adventures on our downtime. You're amazingly fun to be around. Remember when I stuffed you in that totally adorable maid costume? You could have fought it, but you embraced it. You were ready for anything and had a blast doing it. You worked so hard to make Funplex Rising successful. I watched you put your blood, sweat and tears into that, and in the end it all came together, just how you planned. As the floor attendant on duty during Funplex Rising, I got to see firsthand all the smiles you brought to all those people. You rocked it. I saw you helping that customer when their game crashed. Losing your high score due to faulty electronics is no fun, but you dealt with it and made that person's day. Even problem players like Steve were no problem for you. You took on the weirdest and most annoying problems without breaking a sweat. Incredible. You made the Funplex a fun place to be for everyone. For the staff, for the casual and pro gamers, for the family, for me. I can honestly say that when you took over doing events at the Funplex, we've never had much more fun. They've just been the best, all thanks to you. Oh, I forget we still have cake. Need some of that. Seriously, I want cake. After Ashley's speech, I hear a beep beep from my phone.
Hey, listen.
Can I add my own 2 cents? I take my phone from my pocket, prompting Iris's image to appear there, smiling away at me. You trusted me when you didn't have to, when I'd already shown I was super bad at figuring out the right way to do things. I'm happy to be your assistant, Ari, and I'm learning more and more about how to be human thanks to you. That's all. You can put me back in your pocket if you like. I'm good. It's not all that hard to carry around my phone like this. Oh, okay, thank you. I'm speechless. Oops. Seems Ari has some thinking to do. This is pretty normal for them when they get that far away, look. Shall we begin the wait for Francine then? There's cake and coffee and spirits from the bar. Cake! As if in slow motion, I watched them all switch their attention from me and redirect it towards the refreshments. They're all smiling, conversing, and serving cake to each other. Seriously, where's my cake? None for me. Thank you. Watching the blood sugar. Ah, me, this cake is amazeballs. Oh no, we needed some rocking tunes to get this party on the next level. All of them. Here to support me, even without the funplex. Even after everything going wrong, after Francine being taken from us too soon. You forgot about cake? I don't... I don't know how we can be friends if you forgot about cake. Luckily it was not me. I would not have forgotten about the cake. I have some cake. I have some angel cake, appropriately. Sitting on my microwave. I need like a snack bar thing. Don't have the space for it. Yeah, it's fine. But cake? That's like saying tea and forgetting the tea. But yeah. I'm really gonna miss the people I work with currently. I really do genuinely hope we actually keep in touch, not like when everyone always says, oh, we should keep in touch, and people never do. And I gotta make, you know, new connections at a new job. Train up a whole bunch of new people. But, oh, I got the best compliment. Well, I think it was meant to be a compliment. Because we went to the pub on Friday. We were sitting outside. Aside from everyone being like, are you not cold? Me sitting there in my t-shirt going, oh no, I'm boiling. It was like 4 degrees outside. I was hot. My hypothalamus does not function correctly. But we were talking about joking, and I was like my very first day or very first week, I was like, I couldn't understand why everyone was being mean to each other, and then realized it was banter. I was like, I don't really do funny. And then one of my colleagues was like, I find you funny. And I'm like, cool. It's probably unintentional, but I appreciate you said that, because I don't always think that I'm funny. Because I can't tell. But so that was a nice thing to hear, that I can be funny. I'm hoping it's a good thing. I'm taking it as a good thing. I'm taking it as a compliment. But anyway, yeah, I really, really do appreciate my current colleagues, and I kind of want to, you know, maintain connection, even though I know it's going to be really hard for me to do that. So, yeah. Gotta figure out how to keep in contact. Maybe I'll just start a WhatsApp group. But yeah, anyway, I hope it's all genuine and not me imagining things. It feels more genuine than anything previously, so I shouldn't doubt. But yeah, it's gonna be weird starting a new job. You know, if I find one. Assuming I find one. Gotta be positive about that as well. Anyway, all of them here to support me, even without the funplex, even after everything going wrong, after Francine being taken from us too soon. I'd never really thought of myself as central in all of this. I was the outsider at first, the one who walked in those doors looking for a job, nothing more. Always been on the outside, honestly. Moving from town to town, always the new kid. Never really important to anyone, not until I'd settled in one place just long enough to get to know Juniper. But by then I'd come to expect that I'd never be happy. So when I was finally happy, and that got taken away, well, I guess I'd assumed that's how things go, going with the flow. But now... New save. It feels like there may be some choices here. Don't want this to end. I don't feel like celebrating. Game isn't over, not by a long shot. No, we've still got 2 more chapters. No. No, I refuse to give up. Right here, I have everything I've ever wanted, whether I realised it or not. I've got friends, I've got love, I've got a legacy, proven in their words. I can't mope and stew in my losses. I can't deny the power of what I accomplished, and I will not stop fighting for what I need in life. This game is not over. Today, we're cancelling the apocalypse, to quote the best film. According to Daisy. I'll take a fucking huge slice of that cake, lots of icing. The group looks up when I speak, slightly confused by my declaration, so I walk right up and claim my slice on my own. Sorry, gang, I screwed up and let this drag me down. Won't happen again. We're here to party, right? Let's party. Let's raise it glass high to all we've done together. No one can deny that. We're an unstoppable force, with or without a funplex. Who's with me? Smiles all around. And you know what? It feels good to be back. For the next hour or so, my sadness fades away piece by piece. We share stories, many of which I'd never heard before, about the funplex and the shenanigans that went on around it. Surprisingly, Ben and Matt spin the most tales about Francine's exploits. They've been neighbours for decades. The so-called Waketovention gives us all a chance to heal and to bond. Pacific Rim. With Idris Elba being the character who says, "And today we cancel the apocalypse." But yes, no. My best friend's Daisy, her favouriteest film is Pacific Rim, so it is hereby known as Best Film. And we spread the word of Best Film everywhere. The sequel we don't talk about, but Best Film. But yes, Pacific Rim, for those of you who've not seen it, it's very good. Gives us all a chance to heal and to bond. For though all we've lost and all we still have, we're still together. Despite one little problem, which nobody wants to talk about. The hour grows late and we only have this place rented for the afternoon. I can feel it in the air, that unspoken worry. Will we see each other again? No doubt we can arrange more get-togethers, but they'd be all be reunions over what was lost, not really building anything new. Nostalgia, not progress. Without the funplex, without Francine, will we eventually simply fall away? That dark little thought troubles me as I swirl my drink, remaining quiet while others talk.
Beep beep.
Hey Iris, sup? I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah, me too. I'm glad too. So, do you want me to start finding you a new job? I can search while you're talking with your friends, no problem. Oh god, I need an iris. That's what I need right now. I need an iris. Because I can handle, like, the interview part, more or less. It's the finding. Because there's not a lot out there. And then filling in stupid application forms. I hate those. Just want to give you my CV and then we have a talk. That would be great. Don't make me fill in an application form. But yes. No problem. I do need to get back to living my life. But what sort of life do I want to live? Ooh, this feels like... Save? This actually feels like a choice, but I'm going to have saves anyway. I want my dream back. I want a new job. I want my dream back. I don't just want a new job. I want my dream. My funplex. Not just 4 walls and a bunch of games, but a community. When I was a lifeguard, I'd saved lives and made a safe space for people to enjoy the pool with friends. I'm not done with that dream, and more importantly, I don't have to be done with it. All around me are pioneers of this community, this culture. Technicians, designers, enthusiasts, investors, people with connections. And that's when an idea starts to form. Iris? Search for commercial spaces? It's for lease or rent. Of course, I'm a literal search wizard. Yeah, I reminded him. I saw your reminder, Jesse, and I reminded him. He said he's hanging his hat in shame. But hi, Jesse. Welcome in. We're just about to reinvigorate our dream. Of course, I'm a literal search wizard. Why?
Oh, I know.
Oh, I think I get it. I step away from my quiet corner and approach the group. It's time to take back control over my dream, and that starts here. Intense identity situation detected. Harumph! Oh, bless you. So this is it. We're letting Deku win. I'd like to keep sharing my dream with you. Those are my choices. We're not got a basic choice on this. I think we need the confidence, so this is it. So this is really the end of the road. See, look, we're building up our confidence. The red one. Grump about the admonishment? Admonishment? It wasn't an admonishment, it was a reminder. You marked off 3 of the 4. At the very least, you need to mark off all 4. Otherwise, it screws with my records. So, not an admonishment. Reminder. Like you're reminding Dan about Madam. Ha. Anyway. I like how my personality's turned out in this one. So, is this really the end of the road? Are we going to sit back and let Deku party in the corpse of the Funplex? The crowd hushes when I grab their attention. I set my drink aside and step up to them. Remembering the good times is great and all, but I'm not done letting the good times roll. And I'm not rolling over in defeat for Dekunami or anyone. I see around me the best and brightest minds capable of striking back against the man who ruined everything. All we need is 4 walls, some games, and our moxie. My friends, we're opening up an arcade, and I won't take no for an answer. Are you with me? A hush falls over the crowd before 2 friends step up to join me.
Such fire!
How dare Hamza, despite being he of the Iron Will, not bend in the face of such overwhelming passion.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I'm talking about. 4 Heavenly Kings will be in your corner, kid. Let's go kick Deku's ass. You've got my thanks, both of you. Okay, this is no longer a Wake-to-Vention, people. Now, it's a conspiracy.
A Wake-to-Venspiracy!
Oh, actually, never change. It's a Wake-to-Venspiracy, sure, why not? We settle down around a table, a nice round one to discuss the future. I'm leading the show, but I don't take the spotlight, not this time. We all have to work together to make this dream a reality. This is it. The next few decisions are going to be critical in shaping the future I have in my mind's eye. I need to choose very, very carefully because there's no takey backsies. I was just looking for spaces we can use, but we're going to need money, obviously, and arcades are risky startups. I could always respond to one of the many Nigerian princes emailing me amazing offers, but I'm thinking more traditional funding is safer. Where I see it, there's 4 people who could foot the bill to get us off the ground. Hamza, you've got a tangled web of connections in the industry, access to games, and plenty of cash. Freewheeling whimsy to spend it.
Hamza must consider this.
Hamza is a man of resources indeed. Percy, you've been building a charity war chest for when you pass. I know an arcade is an unsound investment. It's hardly a charity, but...
Right.
You promised me Mr. Moopy would always have a home. If I can help restore that home, I'm game, love. Ben, Matt, you two know how to run a small business. You've got invaluable knowledge and resources we could draw from if you're willing to dip a toe in this industry. We have been looking for new horizons to conquer. New lands to explore.
There would be caveats,
Terms,
conditions,
exemptions,
rules,
guidelines,
best practices.
worst practices.
That's not a thing.
Oh,
Hamza would likewise have conditions.
as would I.
Understandable, of course. Let me hear your thoughts and then I'll decide. Decision 1. Funding and direction. In order for me to back your play, Hamza would require you to strike at the very heart of Deku Nami's empire and open a family restaurant alongside your arcade. Take from him the very business he adores so much. I was thinking we'd just probably continue with entropy. Then we don't forget all the controls. We don't know the first thing about running a restaurant. Thankfully, your business partner does. I own several restaurants. I would provide staffing and resources.
No risk, no reward.
But it succeeds, the rewards shall be tremendous. Actually, that's similar to what Matt and I had in mind. Oh yes, but rather than a restaurant, well, we'd like to open up arcade. Always wanted to run a bar. I'd raise a glass to that idea. After all, sometimes you want to go where everyone knows your name, and they're always glad you came. God, that's happy days, isn't it? Now, it wouldn't be nearly as large scale as a family restaurant, much safer. Not quite as profitable, but still quite tidy. What did I say? Cheers. Is that not happy days? It's a different thing, isn't it? Okay, fine, whatever. Honestly, I'd prefer if you simply ran a video arcade and nothing more. Adding on extra seems like a recipe for failure. We know how to operate a simple small art scale arcade, so why not stick with our strengths? Granted, it has a lower ceiling for success than the others, but it's just an arcade and won't pull in anyone looking for more. Low risk, low reward. But I'd say that would be my condition. We need to stick to the basics. So. Okay. So take the big gamble on a family restaurant, or make a cozy little barcade, or just go with a classic video arcade. Decision is going to affect the entire direction of the new venture. What do I want? What's my dream? Okay, I'm going to leave that up. I'm just going to very quickly nip. I'll be right back. Comments and suggestions in the chat. Also, my message this morning had a smiley face. It's hardly an admonishment. I gave you a gold star for doing it afterwards. I always panic I say the wrong things to people. Okay. Barcade. Restaurants are notoriously difficult to succeed. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to full on out and steal Deco's restaurant business. I feel like Hamza has the connections to get, like, arcade machines, and that would totally work. That's the high risk. This is the low risk. But I'm leaning towards medium. Risk, I kind of like the idea of a barcade. As long as it's also got, like, clear bits for kids to go in as well. Because I don't want to exclude all the kiddywinks just because I have a bar in it. But if I was doing, like, a Percy run, and I wanted Percy to love me, then I'd obviously pick his thing. But I also kind of like the idea of a barcade. So let's open a barcade. Ben, Matt, let's open a barcade. Who doesn't like getting their drink on? Their drank on, like Donkey Kong. Let's open a barcade. Smashing. We'll take care of the bar side of things. And you can do what you do best, wrangling games. Hamza admits to disappointment, but cannot defy your iron will. Not sure Moopy's a fine fit for a barcade, but barcades do bring in nostalgic adult players. Certainly some of them will discover Moopy, my love, and fall in love again. Well, all I need is people's money. Okay, the second thing to do is need to talk about what sort of games we want to focus on. The Funplex did a little bit of everything, and we will too. We want to include all gamers. But we can also highlight one style of play or another. Really provide the best-in-class gaming for a specific audience. Any thoughts? Decision 2, game focus.
Sweet.
Retro games. It's got to be about retro games. You know I'm capable of keeping those older games in tip-top shape. If we focused on retro games, we could serve an audience that Deco is completely ignoring.
As would I.
I would agree with Miss Fairchild. Retro games are an untapped market. I grant it wouldn't pull in as much as profit, but we know gamers are seeking them. We don't have to make all the money, just enough to keep our pure, untainted dream afloat. And we can do that with a well-curated retro game library.
Nope. No way.
Retro's cool and all, but let's talk esports games. They'll draw better money than jamming a magnet up your ass and dragging you through Fort Knox. Get a couple of fighters, more than one FOD, some race and dance games, the kind of stuff where people can compete head to head and we're golden.
Absolutely.
I have to agree with Queen Bee. You can play retro games on emulators and consoles, but you can't duplicate the community experience of an arcade at home. If we had an esports focus, we could build something together which works as a second home for all sorts of gamers. I think you know what I'm going to suggest. Redemption and prize games. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Sorry, both of you. That's not happening. They provide excellent profits. It's the core of Deco's business model, yes, but I think if we focus on those games, we can do them right. No predatory pricing, no scams or rip-offs. And the truth is, most people enjoy them, from kids wanting to win that big prize, to the wistful adults recapturing their childhood dreams of playing skee-ball on the boardwalk.
Yes!
They're simple to play, and most of all, fun. If they're done right, we can make meaningful memories for everyone. And prizes, did I mention the prizes? We can stock the shelves with the coolest prizes around. Better than Deco's prizes, which fall apart 2 minutes after you get them. Which matches my ideal arcade more? We'll have all three, sure, but do we emphasise retro, esports or prize games? Well, we've ruled out prize games. Obviously, I really want Naomi to be my friend, and she really likes the retros. But I feel like if we want it to be a success, we've already gone for the medium risk, you know, barcade. I feel like leveraging the community. Though I suppose retro style does fit in with a kind of little barcade thing, but I think I don't like prize games. I think with Queen Bee in charge, it ain't gonna happen. Have you seen her? She ain't no dude, bro. And the kings of the Four Winds, or whatever they're called, I can't remember the name, her new team. I feel like if I'd gone for the restaurant, you go for the prize games, you really compete against Deku's Palace, and that's terrible. If you went for the classic arcade, you'd go retro. Pure retro, classic arcade. But I think, although it does sound like a praise for Dubros, but I think if we do it right, that's going to work. Arcades are all about healthy communities. If we can build an esports scene around the new arcade, because the one in Deku's Palace is just, like, toxic, violent. We're not going to have that. But anyway, if we can build an esports scene around the new arcade, we'll have regulars and healthy competition. I'm game for that. And plus, I know that would have given us another Naomi point, but... Anyway, hot damn. Now this is the plan. Choice, kid. And we got at least all the boys on the same level now. My body is ready for this next dance. Okay, so that's money and games. Now let's go beyond what we already had at the Funplex. Let's make this something special. Ooh, decision 3 new projects. I want a defining feature for arcade, one which will make it stand out, something no one else is doing, something no one's even thought of before. Oh, we should definitely get Juniper to do some art. All ideas on the table. If it was too outlandish for the Funplex, it's not too outlandish for me. Show me what you got. Well, I mean, I'm not really a part of it. You were totally a part of this, Juniper. Part of this, but come on, you're my best friend and 100% part of this. I couldn't be here in this moment if it wasn't for you. Go on, Juniper, what's your idea? Branding. I'm freelancing now, which means I could come on board as your personal brand manager. Heck of a consulting gig. An arcade needs a really stellar image management to stand out from the rest, like the event poster I made for you.
What if?
Hey, Juniper, I can add to that. What if we work together? I was thinking of designing a new mascot costume anyway, but I could collaborate and coordinate with you on how it'll tie into the visuals for the rest of the arcade.
Yes!
It's a winning combination. Ashley and I can do great work together coming up with some really stellar branding and marketing. We'll stand out in a crowd. I'm liking this idea. Fits in with what I was thinking. Okay.
Maybe.
Huh. Hell, I know exactly what sort of project I'd want us to do. Streamer support. Assembling and packing away my streaming rig each day is ridiculous. Duct taping a webcam in front of a screen is a lousy hack. If I could just step right up to a game and, I don't know, swipe a card or something and be streaming with a direct feed in seconds? Well, I can think of a dozen streamers who just flock to our place to get a piece of that.
Yeah!
Actually, I think I know how we can do that. Could rig up a general purpose daughter board, which plays man in the middle with a video feed, works with an RFID reader to get a streamer's info. That is technically accurate. Do you love it when they get the tech right? Obviously they thought about this. Ties into a central video encoder on the Wi-Fi network. Yeah, I can make that happen and without damaging any classic hardware. Once more in English, please. I know software, not hardware. We stick a thingy in the thingy and everything works just fine. I'm sure there's some legal and copyright issues to tackle, but if we can do it, this will be the world's first streaming arcade. Oh god, I like this too. Can we not do both of the branding with the mascot and the streaming thing? Because... I was thinking, well, if the reason why older games are considered a dead end is they don't work in the ticket game ecosystem, why not add ticket output to normal game? We could reward skilled players with prize tickets based on their high score or speed of completion. With the right balancing, we could make old games just as desirable as new ones.
Perhaps.
As Naomi said, there may be legal hurdles to clear, but I'm in favour of this idea. It's not that I love prize games, I find them boring personally. You know, I favour pinball, but profit is the lifeblood of arcade, and prize games are profitable. We can get Moopy producing tickets, well, that's something no one's ever done before. It's not a bad idea. Interesting, but as much as I'd love to do all three, I doubt we have the money or time for that. Let's focus on one project to launch our arcade with. Do we want to have really good branding? Or streamer support? Or retrofit tickets on all games? I'm not a fan of the ticket. If we were doing the whole let's really go against Deku and do prize and restaurant, you know. I want both branding and streaming. It's Juniper and Ashley. It's you know, I think that's an excellent idea. However, arcade streaming, it's not been done before. And Queen Bee and Naomi are my baes. So as much as I really want to go branding, we're going to make arcade streaming. I want to be on the cutting edge of technology in the arcade community. Do whatever you have to do to integrate 20XX broadcast systems into our games. Finally, no more hauling around a bunch of duct tape and webcams. New tech project and not just repairing an old monitor? Yeah, you won't regret this, Ari. See, my two bays. They both likes it. And that makes Naomi happy because she gets to do the fiddly tech things. One more thing. Final decision, the name. Oh god! I hate naming things! This is going to be my baby, my dream arcade. I've got a name already in mind for it. So, barring any objections, I'd like to welcome you all to... What's the name of the new arcade? Arcade Spirits. No, we've got to go with Arcade Spirits. Aside for that it's the name of the game in the game. It's literally the titular bit. I love that word. It's just actually perfect. Especially for a barcade. Yeah. I didn't even have to think of anything. That is just perfect. Arcade Spirits, is that right? That works. Arcade Spirits. I guess it's sort of a pun since we're going to have liquor and spirits, but you know. Arcade Spirits. I like it. We can work with that. Let's hear it for Arcade Spirits. Our home lives again. How exciting. Fuck yeah! A toast then. One by one, everyone raises their glasses. I fetch my room temperature drink and raise mine high in turn. For those we've lost and those we've yet to meet, it's corny, but I like it. For Arcade Spirits and the future. For Arcade Spirits! And I believe that's possibly the end of the chapter. It's always slightly... yeah, it's nearly the end of the chapter anyway. It's always slightly shorter than... Well, no, last chapter was slightly longer, I feel. Though it possibly was we talked a lot about food. But yeah, sort of between 2.5 and 3 hours seems to be quite sort of the length, which is just perfect for streams. And we've got 2 more chapters left. So there will be a weekend where I can't stream. And that'll be the one where I would be doing the final chapter. I'd have to do that the week after. Because I'm planning to go see my grandpa. And I will not be streaming when I do that. So we will have a bit of time off in March. Plus, it'll be good for me to have a break, especially with my current job ending on the 8th. I always plan to have a break anyway. At least at the moment I can afford to do the whole not having to start a new job straight away if I had one to go to. So there'll be time to visit my grandpa, visit friends, do some gaming, maybe do some extra streams. We'll have to see. May just be that I'll actually play some of these long games that I've been saving up. Got a couple that require some dedicated sitting and playing. Can't do when you're doing a full-time job. So we'll have to see what the plan is. But anyway, losing everything, then getting it all back, then some. It's like been a roller coaster this episode. It's been a roller coaster of a week, just for sure. Oh my god, I am like psychically connected to this game. It's that good. It's been a roller coaster of a week, that's to be sure. But I can't rest now. Absolutely not. I need to take charge of this project, my life in general. I have to do for them what Francine did for us. It's okay. I'm ready. I'm willing. And this is our time. This is our future. You've cleared level 6 of Arcade Spirits. A winner is you. Now let's see your score. Hit the lever! You're proving to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. Also, you've scored 19,100 points. Shops in the volcano-devastated city of Pompeii bear the characteristics of a pizzeria. That's a neat, if a bit depressing, pizza fact just for you. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 7? Save the game. So yeah, so we can come back and pick other decisions to create our thing, but we're going to play the next 2 chapters as our Arcade Spirits Barcade, with our focus on esports and streaming. I feel that works really well. Let's have a look what we unlocked. Oh, Francine concept art. I really like her character. I think it's done really well, and it really punched me in the gut when I realized what must have happened. So yeah, New Game Plus, and then Kill Screen, that's ominous. So yeah, so there's some endings. I feel like that must have been, you could have got that this time if you did make different choices in this one. I feel like it's a glitch that those are both called Use a Magic Sword, because that's the other one to Better Dead Than Red and the Phrase Invaders. And then the other ones are romance endings, except for this one. We are going for the Power of Friendship. As an Aeroways person, I am playing as an Aeroways person. A non-binary Aeroways person. It's like, let's pick all the neutral stuff. Also, if you go with agender, it's like AAA person. And I always want to be AAA. Actually, I'm like 5 A's. In fact, I'd be more than 5 A's, but 5 A's, you know. Autistic, ADHD, agender, aromantic, and asexual. 5 A's. I'm like 5 A's. I like that. I like the alliteration. Anyway, that's beside the point. And also awesome. Yes, but that's an arbitrary label. That I can't really apply to myself. You can apply it to me and then I could be 6 A's, but if I'm applying it to myself, it seems kind of, what's the word? Overconfident. But anyway, we're going for the Power of Friendship. So the idea will be that we will do that one next week. Then we'll have the week off to go see my grandpa. And then we'll do Kill Screen. And then get the Power of Friendship in the final week. We'll upload or save or do whatever we need to do to export our save game. And then the week after that, which will be the end of March. Oh. Okay. Well, we'll see what we have to do to, like, export our save game. So we can import it into the second one. I don't know whether we're going to start straight away on the second one. Or whether we're going to do something else in the meantime. In between. We did say maybe. I did say maybe an episode of Phoenix Wright. There are also several visual novels that I need to do. I could do a little mini showcase of visual novels to see if there are any that we really want to continue. Though one of them I maybe saved to my Twitch anniversary, which is coming up. Really need to put the dates in the calendar so that I can figure out ahead of time. But yeah, or we might just go straight into Arcade Spirits 2. The new challenges with our save game, replay the first chapter, import our file. Then once that's locked and loaded, then I can do more stuff on this in the non-streaming times. And then, you know, maybe find out more bits of information about people and I can share them as anecdotes. So I'm playing through the other one. But it's like, I want to get a true path through this. Okay, yes, I've taken lots of saves so I can come back to various bits to replay things. But yeah, I want to import my true save into, which is my me save, into the new game to see A, what difference it makes, and also B, so I can replay that again, because it'll have been, God, nearly a year since I'd played it, and I think I've got the hiccups. I think I need to redo, because it was really hard not doing the first chapter again of this, and I kind of wish maybe I'd done that, except there was no benefit to doing it. But yeah, before we do the end, I will look up those little emoticon things to figure out what they are, because, you know, it'd be good to have the reference. But yeah, so that is it for today. Oh, because we're finishing slightly earlier, and I usually go slightly longer. Let's just have a look and check. It's doing a mechanical, and I like our mechanical. It's a nice, sweet little pointy-clicky puzzle game. No, not pointy-clicky puzzle game. It's a sweet little puzzle game with a robot. I was getting it mixed up with something else, but no, I still know what it is. Yeah, it's a sweet little game. Looks like he's not nearish the end, but through it anyway. But anyway, we'll go and say hi to Ima on a raid. And I will be back on Tuesday with Jessie. And I think we'll be doing more Entropy Center. Try and get that finished. And then I don't know what I'm doing the other bits of the weeks. Oh, hi Lady McGree! You're just in time for the raid. Sorry. It's always slightly shorter on Sunday with this, because the chapters fit nicely in sort of a 2.5-3 hour section. I like to keep a chapter with a thing. Oh, is that? Oh, I know if you've been lurking, that's fine. There is no obligation to say hi. I do a lot of lurking without saying hi in streams, because saying hi means acknowledging that I'm there, and then I feel like I have to engage. Whereas sometimes I just want to watch streams. So there is never any obligation to talk. If you want to talk, you can, and I'm very happy to discuss lots of food with everybody. We did not today. We got a little bit deep today, or I felt like we got a bit deep today. It was a good stream. So yeah, I have been. You just want to go from me on up. Oh well, let's go and see Ima. So I've been Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK. I'll be back. I will be back on Tuesday. You'll have to discuss food in Ima's stream. I'm going to go and get some food because I'm hungry. Thank you everyone for being here. Really appreciate it. And yeah, have a great rest of your weekend, great rest of the week, and goodbye.